Anita, do you have a feeling where a lot of people within India feel that he was not given his due place in India's history? The kind of freedom struggle that he led for India, the way he challenged the Britishers, the way he led a whole army in foreign land and he tried to combat the Britishers. Do you feel that he has not been given his due place in India's history?
To some extent, that is certainly true, but that also was caused by the fact that in the beginning, the beginning years of after independence, many of the documents were not yet available. And for example, later on, when they became declassified, it turned out that his contribution and the contribution of the INA played a very important part to lead to the uprising of the Indian armed forces, which eventually caused the premature
withdrawal.
Well, as the British called it, transfer of power. But I mean, India became independent in 1947, whereas the original date had been later. And it also, and the Redford trials of 3 Indian INA officers, Prem Saigal, Colonel Shahnawaz Khan and Colonel Dhillon, I think also publicized the contribution of the INA to India's independence in India.
Yeah. My last question to you would be that within the political circles in India, and because West Bengal is due for elections, there is a lot of hue and cry about how each party is trying to appropriate Netaji's legacy. What would you say on that? There's a huge fight between the BJP and the TMC, each criticizing the other for politicizing his legacy. What would you say on that?
Evidently both parties are politicizing his legacy. I'm quite convinced that, say, for example, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, is a true admirer of Netaji and always has been. And I presume Prime Minister Narendra Modi is too. Yeah. So I think it's quite legitimate that they claim him in some way. But on the other hand, I mean, just before an oncoming election, you have to expect that parties sort of compete and try to politicize all their activities. This is not entirely illegitimate. It would be preferable if they could sort of get together, honoring him and celebrating him. But I think maybe that's asking too much of a political party in these days. And I think that it's better there is a competition how to honor him than not to honor him at all.
Wow, that's an interesting take. My last question to you would be, we all revere and we all worship this great freedom fighter. The whole country joins today in celebrating his birth. How would you express the exact feelings that you have as the daughter of the legend, the great freedom fighter, Subhash Chandra Bose?
I'm very grateful to his country, and on the other hand, I think he also deserves this honor because he has sacrificed a lot for his country. That the love for his country was the all-encompassing sentiment that he had, and I think everything else had to take second place. All the loyalties to family, friends, and so on were superseded by this loyalty and love for his country. So I think in a way he deserves the love of his country, and it is wonderful that it is still given after so many years.
Anita ji,